Have you ever tried any other
combos?
What would you? Yeah.
I have not. I usually use the same core 3. Which is not this guy. Wow.
It just came up with his name, didn't it? No, that was the other guy.
No.
That was the Wanderer guy.
Yeah. Which I have no idea how the hell you're supposed to pronounce his name.
I don't know.
An Elder Munchkin.
Fuck, what's the song that they sing? I was just gonna do it, but I forgot what it was.
Ka! The power of kick compels you.
Yeah, kick the gate. Huh, well, what do you know? I'll be damned. The gate that they said wouldn't open, that they've been trying to get open, won't just fucking open.
With a magical seal beneath your feet.
Right.
Yeah, Yuri uses his kick animation a lot.
Oh, I bet. It's probably one of the 3 in this game.
Oh yeah, and that's something that I kinda misrepresented in the last session. Because while yes, this is on the PlayStation 2, and yes, I'm telling this story again.
Yeah.
From our perspective, anyways. This game was it's technically a PlayStation 1 game.
Well, I mean, it's technically a PS2 game, but
yeah,
it was built from the ground up for the PS1, just kind of ported to the PS2.
Yeah, because it was originally going to be the PlayStation 1 swan song, but they decided they took the entire thing, which was completely done, and they ported it to the PS2 software.
Or PS2's hardware.
Hardware, my apologies.
The
PS2's underwear.
Yeah.
So, which was cool, but the problem was, this came out in America at almost the exact same time as Final Fantasy X, which anyone who's seen that game knows how very, very different they look, as that one made full use of the PS2's capabilities graphically.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, how do you say that? Wander Mayu?
Mayuan? I don't know.
Mayuan.
Something like that.
Brr.
I can't speak Chinese.
I don't know.
Especially not Romanized Chinese. Well, I mean, if there were any Chinese I would be able to speak, Romanized would probably be the easiest, but at any rate, I fucking can't.
But wait, handsome, don't you want to know who I am?
Nope, just how much you charge. No
Pretty
names.
much. Pretty much. Like, I was already kind of forcing myself to read this dialogue last time. Now that we've already gone through it again, I'm sorry
No, I get it.
to anyone who wants this dialogue like properly read, but we're worn out on this particular section because of that failed recording.
And even so, reading out every line gets tiring.
Yeah, even when it's all new.
Though doing really racist accents is kind of funny.
Yes! Can we please do that once we get back to that section?
Honestly, I'm tempted to give that to this guy because he pops up later in the game, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'm not being racist. Oh, hello!
And just to kind of show this guy, I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna, just for demonstrative purposes. Can't tell you how much I was waiting in hopes of working my needles on you.
Working my needles.
Care for some acupuncture treatment or some...
Or some masturbation.
Moxibustion. What the fuck is Moxibustion?
I have no clue. I'll look that up, though.
Well, before we get to that, since you are a new customer, I have to tell you how my business works.
No names, $50. Motel room, 30 minutes.
Bring lube.
And a tarp.
Takes years upon years to learn just one weapon. Yeah. And all you have to do is lie there while I work my magic on you. Who could ask for a better deal?
Man, I was just gonna say that.
But yeah, he can make your weapons do more this, it kind of explains itself. You can make them do more damage, but it shrinks the actual ring, and that's both physical and magical attacks. Or you can make the hit ring area bigger.
Hang on, does the perfect does that area get smaller? Because it looks like that stays. Well,
no.
Does that? Looks like it shrinks a tiny bit, but that could just be me.
It does.
So you probably still have a good chance of, yeah.
If nothing else, because, this is a pretty big ring already, but as you get better weapons, they'll naturally shrink, so shrinking them even further can make it so that you have, paper-thin areas to hit.
Can you reverse that, then?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Or, if you just want bigger hit areas, you can do that. I assume that's the Moxie Bastion.
Probably.
But, just so you can see some of the dialogue, because there's a bit of dialogue each time that you do anything with this guy, and it's different for each character. Watch this.
Safe search off.
I'm waiting for Alex, because this is really funny.
Loading. Okay.
Curse you, no-name brand internet provider.
What? We can say the names.
I know, it's just kind of funny not to.
If you say so. Is a traditional Chinese medicine therapy which consists of burning dried mugwort, W-O-R-T, on particular points on the body. So instead of sticking you with needles, they fucking torch you, I guess.
Well, in some areas, that's a sexual thing to do that with candle wax.
Well, I mean...
Don't ask me how I know that.
Probably everything's a sexual thing, but...
Yeah. Anywho, check this out. I'm going to start the acupuncture. Are you ready? Let's do it, Yuri.
I thought you were going to use protection.
No!
Alright, and he just went berserk.
Yeah.
What the fuck is small but oh, that's her weapon.
Yeah. But now what's this? Lie down over there. Okay.
Christ.
Let's do it. Fusion. Oh.
Man.
Yep.
I guess if you're looking for a happy ending, you can go to this guy, but...
Yeah. I typically...
Ooh, that smell.
Yeah. I typically don't do that unless it's, final weapons or weapons that you have for a long time.
Right. Because this game kind of works in the same way of most RPGs, where it's you go to a new town, you can buy new weapons for everybody, and then all the money that you spent buffing up the previous weapons is out the drain. Yeah. Oof. That's actually messing up my timing, kinda. I actually looked up what that chant is, but I forget what it is. Oh, is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's an actual legit chant.
Huh. So it's not just how was your pajama?
Yeah.
Just fucking throwing his hands at the yeah.
Yeah, it's a Taoist chant, I think. It's Skadoodly-doo. Go away! You still need to take a bath. Really long time to have that happen.
Haha, so you heard... Ah, what the fuck?
Did you rip one? It's not as funny when I do it.
It's a bittersweet memory.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do regret doing it, but I'm glad it wasn't taken wrong.
Dude, that was so hilarious!
So I feel like we need to elaborate.
Yeah.
So we went to high school together. This would have been my senior year, your junior year.
Yes.
We did a musical, and on stage, I don't know, it was like a murder mystery type deal.
A musical murder mystery.
Yeah. I didn't sing, for the record, because I'm fucking terrible.
He was actually the villain.
Yeah, no, I was supposed to be the sound and lights guy. Then the guy who was playing the villain just up and quit. They were like, you're our guy. I was like, okay, I'm already here. And then, and he was like the main protagonist. I ended up being the murderer. He held me at gunpoint. But,
now let me quick explain my side before you
go for
do
it.
your part.
By all means.
At the time, I was actually transferring to another school because my parents had to move out of town for work. So, but one of the teachers, like it was actually the math teacher and the librarian who were a married couple, let me stay at their house for like a couple weeks so that I could finish the show because we were already like halfway into production, which was really cool. The morning of the final night's performance, which is always kind of silly, we always just kind of throw little shits and gags in there. That morning, he made over like a hot plate, eggs and green peppers for breakfast.
Which didn't react well.
Go ahead, Alex, with the rest of the tale.
So he's on stage apprehending me with his gun. He's, I don't know, we're doing lines, but I'm gonna put this, I don't know. I feel bad because this, I don't want to offend you.
Okay.
And it was the worst. The audience could smell it. It was horrible.
It was so silent but deadly.
Deadly. So I'm on stage. He's apprehending me. I'm, giving my lines back to him like in the middle of me. Like, any last words? Did you rip one?
Not even. Like, I was in the middle of explaining the thought process.
Well, no, and then it was
and then
like
you
I said a
interrupted
line.
me.
No, I didn't interrupt you. I remember the line. I was like holding, the woman that you're trying to get afterwards. He's like, I'm gonna take her from you. And I was like, you already have. By the way, did you rip one?
Yeah.
And like. Like everyone on stage was just trying to contain their laughter, and honestly, afterwards,
myself included,
I felt like an asshole. But
oh, shoot.
it felt right, and I guess it was well received. So, and then I went to change out of my costume, and one of the other people went backstage, and they just fucking let it all out. They just fucking lost it. So I mean, yeah, but.
Good times.
Yeah, for sure.
Good times.
Oh, spooky.
Back to these douche nozzles.
Is that Aku Aku in the back?
Sadly not. Mwahaha! You wish to quiet the malice?
No, I wish to quiet the Alice.
Let me get you some duct tape. This is what they were talking about in the beginning, like, you gotta come back and quiet the malice from killing our monster brethren. Oh, because he went insane or whatever. Wait, did you? Is that what you're doing? No. Okay. Because every time you fight monsters, that little, like, malice thing in the main menu, it will go from the cool hue of blue, it'll get warmer and warmer to red. If it gets to blood red, then you gotta come back and fight. No, you have to come back and fight to keep it from going to red, because this will reduce it back down to 0. Got it.
And the monster will be stronger the more malice there is. But if it gets to blood red, then on occasions, the random enemy encounters won't be an enemy from the area. Instead, you'll encounter Foxface again. It'll be a one-on-one fight between him and Yuri, and you will most likely not survive.
On the off chance that you do, what happens?
I don't know. I want to say you get 10 experience points and you get to live. And he still chases after you anyways.
Okay, got it.
But I'm not sure if it's even possible. If nothing else, I've never tested it, and I don't feel like testing it, because I'd have to probably grind to level 99 to do that.
Fair enough. Now, is it just the eye that's blue and red or whatever?
Yeah, that little malice
Okay.
symbol in the bottom
So
right.
the rest of the icon just stays the same?
Yeah, the rest of the icon, like, will stay the same, but, like,
Alright,
it's
so it's
blue
not like the
glowing
blue
now.
portion left is how long you had. It's, that's the
Yeah.
only part that changed. Okay.
Like, it was green earlier when I went to the graveyard. Like, it'll shift to different shades of blue, then through different shades of green, then through yellow and orange, and then it'll land on red.
And blood red is Bad News Bearstown. Got it. Just to speed things along. Just knock this happy ass over there. Yeah. We'll be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say. Imagine the dude chanting that instead of whatever. We'll be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say!